chicken wey dey chop, that jollof rice wey dey chop go purge your belle.
Okay, so today is day 2 of the End Bad Government protest, and a whole lot has been happening, and I'm just here to give you a breakdown of what so far has happened. Yeah, it's been reported that over 6 persons has died from these protests. It should also be on record that the protest actually started on a peaceful note until some things started happening. Like in the north, northerners are people you can hardly have control over, and so once it seems like you are trying to enforce a force on them, they tried to repel, and I guess that was what led to all of these things. The protest actually started as a very peaceful one until things went haywire. Yeah, states like Kano, Kaduna, Niger State, Jigawa, it was so massive in those places. The chaos in those places was so much. There were so many properties destroyed, cars burnt, and even our government houses looted. Just as you can see on the screen, those are people looting and destroying government properties just because of this protest. And you know how it is with the North. Like, you can hardly have control over them, especially when you try to enforce what is not their will on them. I guess that's what. But I want to say, like, most of the reason why this thing happened is because of the kind of comment and statement that were made by most of these politicians. Like, for the vice president, he said that those that are protesting are idiots. And also, remember Wiki, before the protest, Wiki said that you should not join these armed robbers that are coming to protest, right? And even the Senate president, Godswill Akpabio, there was something he said. He said, when you be out there protesting, I will be in my house eating. These are statements that should not even come from people who are in leadership positions. And you, the vice president, you call the people you are ruling, you call them idiots, and you want them to just sit cool and then take it. Wiki called protesters armed robbers. Why Godswill Akpabio, he said, while you be out there protesting, I will be in my house eating. Like, the same thing people are crying for. This is just like you mocking the people at the end of the day. And I guess that's why those persons, took all of those things into their own hands and they did what they did, even though it cannot be justified in any way. I'm saying this to say that it can actually be avoided. It should have been avoided. Even in Katsina State, the former president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, was not left out. Like, his hometown, people entered the place, destroyed something. In that place, it even recorded that there was a loss of life and a particular protester injured because there was an accident in that place. And that accident was caused by a police officer. I listened to this woman and I'm just asking myself, like, where are we going to? Because she's actually talking in respect to what Godswill Akpabio and the VP, that is the Vice President of Nigeria, said. Like, hear her and you could see the rage, you could see the anger from her voice.
The government cannot be enjoying on our behalf. They are buying private jets and people are staying under the bridge. If the vice president says that those protesting for their rights, for their life, for their survival are idiots, then the vice president is an idiot. Yes, if he has the powers to call us citizens, not refugees, he looked at us and told us that we are idiots, then the vice president is an idiot. Because they are building residential villa for you, we don't have places to stay. Have you seen the amount for house rents? You cannot pay house rents in Lagos. 10 people inside one room. People are suffering. People are hungry. And Akpabio, the Senate president, the unfortunate Senate president, is telling us that he will be in the house eating while we are protesting. If we don't ask him, we will ask his children. Our children will ask his children what he has done to us. You are approving budgets of billions upon billions. You are buying jets for the president, and people cannot afford transport fare. That is wickedness. And you still say they should not protest. Wow! Who protests?
Day 1 of the proposed 10 days.
There will be day 2. There will be day 3. There will be day 4. And if care is not taken, it will be there forever till we get our results.
The funniest thing that we saw yesterday in the protest ground was the pro-protesters, like the persons that came as the anti-protesters, that came to protest against those that are protesting for bad governments, right? Now, these persons, even though they were holding placards that says no protest, they were actually saying things, the same cry of the person that are protesting. That was the cry that they were crying. Now, some of them actually confessed to say that they were giving a certain amount of money to come and protest, that they were giving 2,000, and then after the protest, they will give them balance. Now, my question is, how long will you keep collecting 5,000 and then keep languishing in poverty or in suffering? Before the protest started, right, some persons in Abuja complained of how they were brought from different states to come and protest. Then after the protest, the money which was supposed to be given to them was not given to them. My question is like, how much is your conscience? That it's so cheap that with 5,000 naira they can buy it and make you do whatever they want you to do. In all of this, one person I'm actually particular about is this particular guy, Portable. Yeah, Portable, who came out and then he was saying things like, he said those that are protesting are actually poor people and they are poor-minded.
Ọ̀lẹ Fàjò, ọ̀lẹ. Now go see them àwọn ọ̀lẹ ló pọ̀ ìwájú protest yẹn ṣe yanyanyanyanyanyan. If you see work if you do, no be only go dey thief, no be jabag dey do. Now pariwo hand bad government. Make dem hand bad people too. Ṣé others protest ṣé government ló ń sun táyà? Government ló ń fọ́mọ́jú àwọn èèyàn? Ṣé government ló ń wọlé àwọn èèyàn? Ṣé báyìí náà ni? Hand bad people. Hand bad people. Na poor people, poor thinking nìyẹn. Àwọn olè, àwọn ajábáàgì gbà. Ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn tó start protest, ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn tó máa já protest gbà. Wọ́n máa lé àwọn tó ń ṣe protest pa. Á dìbò dìjà kìtìkìtì kàtìkìtì. Mind your business like Dangote o. Fight for yourself, don't fight for them. Come and lọ sọ kárí àdìbàríyà o, ọmọ ọlọ́jà ìsúkújẹ o.
So I'm just wondering, right, because is this same guy that during the election campaign, right, he was dancing, putting his axe on the face of the famous Obafemi Awolowo, and the Yoruba nation was so much angry and they were calling him out, and then this guy came out to say he was only paid to do what he did and he's doing what he was paid for. Now you see, when they say an injustice allowed in one place, it's a threat to another place. This guy has been someone that every now and then you see him on the internet space and he's like a public nuisance at this point in time. Now he's been losing followers because of that statement he made, and this guy doesn't seem like he cares. But I want to ask a question, like, what are you gaining from him? Like, because I want to believe that these guys you see today, these influencers, celebrities, who made them celebrities? You and I made them celebrities. And the reason why they have the voice to say whatever they are saying is because when they look back, they see the amount of persons that are following them. So it seems like this is the kind of voice they have, and so they can do whatever they want to do because they believe they have backing. Now, who are those backing? It is you and I that are following them on their various social media platforms that are their backing. He was saying that no to bad people, not bad government. Now, I want to ask a question: is Portable actually a good person? Because if we are to start no to bad government, we have to start with him. Like, this is him.
Ẹgbẹ́ sókè Portable lélẹ̀ tó máa ń kọrin ọmọ olè yẹn lélẹ̀ yìí àríbàdà lọ́mọ márùwá tó lọ jíire o márùwá tó lọ jíire ẹ̀ ṣe márùwá ẹ̀ bọ́lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀ márùwá tó jí lélẹ̀ yìí o Portable yẹn lélẹ̀ yìí o tó lọ jí fóònù o àtọ́ fóònù o márùwá ló lọ jí o àsọ́lẹ̀ ní ẹ ti rí o ẹgbẹ́ ẹgbà òwúrò ọmọ ní ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ ti rí márùwá tó jíire o ẹ ti rí o.
And I know for a fact it's not good to bring back people's wrong, to use it to judge them. But when you forget where you're coming from, right, and you start forming like you've never been there, it will be good for us to point you back to where you're coming from. Now, that was Portable, right? He stole keke, tricycle, and he was, beaten and he was stripped naked. That was not the first time. He has also been caught before where he stole an iPhone. That means he's a thief. And the fact that he's supporting this would means that if he's given the same chance as those persons, he is likely to do worse than what they are doing today. So, and to the states in Nigeria that are not protesting, like, this is supposed to be a national stuff, right? But for those that are not protesting, I want to ask a question, especially to the state, Benue State. Yeah, Benue State is known for one thing, food production. But over the years, for the last 6 to 7 years now, like, food production has been a major problem for them. Why? Because of herdsmen. They've suffered so much in the hands of herdsmen. And now that the country is uniting together, even Christians are guiding Muslims during prayers. Yet, for Benue State, which has suffered so much in the hands of these people, the APC administration, because that's when this herdsmen attack became so fierce and so much. They are the people now, right, staying in their houses. And I just want to ask a question, like, is it like in Benue State, things are sold at a normal rate or at a very good rate? I want to know, like, is it like fuel price is maybe 100 naira or even 65 naira as it used to be, that you guys are not saying anything, you just feel relaxed, like nothing is happening? This is supposed to be a nationwide protest, and yet some persons are just sitting like nothing is happening. Like, Like, doesn't it cross your mind that if it's happening in that place, there is every likelihood that it will get to this place? Insecurity that we'll cry about today started from the northeast actually, but today the whole of Nigeria is not at peace. Just because we felt like it's only in the north, today it's everywhere. So Benue State and every other state that have not joined in this protest, this is a national cry for everybody. If you think it's not going to get to you, it will get to you somehow, someday. Yes, Nigeria will be for you somehow, someday, if we keep quiet in this point in time. We cannot keep procrastinating this thing. Like, the earlier we stand up and fight this once and for all with one voice, the better for us.